Welcome back to the channel, friends. It is good to be here, and I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be taking a look at the full release version of a game called NOVEMS, and this is a roguelike deck builder Autobattler with a super compelling and unique card fusion system that I think you're going to want to hang around for. Now this game is fun, and it presents very well, and I particularly enjoy the rich fantasy card art, which has some, MTG vibes to it, I suppose you could say. I also do really enjoy the cool fusion system. It is definitely a winning aspect of this particular title. So we're going to hop on into a brand new run. There is a free demo available right now on Steam though, if you want to check it out for yourself. Link in the video description below. Otherwise, the game did release in full on the 22nd of June. So let's hop on in, smash the like button, and become a subscriber if you are new here. And I thank you so much. Now let's rock and roll. Alright, so each new run does begin with your Grimoire selection, and the Grimoire essentially determines what pool of cards you have to draft from to build your deck. We have the beginning Grimoire, and then we have the Alchemy Grimoire available as well. There's also a mysterious book that requires 50 link discoveries to unlock. I think for this run here today, we'll keep it nice and basic with the beginning Grimoire. Can always do another run with the Alchemy as well. Let's go. And we're loading on in, and you're probably maybe just a little bit overwhelmed with all of the options and colors, but let me walk you through it. It's actually pretty basic. So we have our battle grid here, 1 through 9. What you have to understand about the battle grid is the card that is played in slot 1 will attack first, card that is played in slot 9 will attack last. Same with the person on the other side of the table battling against you, okay? So that's how that works. And essentially what we have here is our options of 5 cards in which we can draft. Now, we do have a mana system in place, okay? We have 2 max mana, and this will increase from round to round, okay? So eventually, it'll fill all the way up. And essentially, what we have to do is we have to assemble our deck. Now, we have these 5 creatures to choose from. When you draft a creature, it costs 2 mana. Now, another option that you have is the cards in your hand can be fed to this mimic, I guess, mana goblin here, or whatever you want to call it. And you can feed it to the mimic, and the mimic will give you mana back in return, but only 1 mana. Okay? So that is certainly an option. You can re-roll the options in the shop here if you like. Bottom left is your battle speed. And essentially what this game is big on is knowing your cards. And also knowing what you're going up against, but more importantly, studying your cards and knowing them. So for instance, most cards have at least a special property to it. So the treasure mimic here, for instance, will draw 1 card at the end of battle to go into your hand, which is actually pretty nice. It's like free mana in a way, I guess you could say. Top left corner is the attack value of the card. Top right corner is the health value of the card. Okay? Then we have the Healing Crystal Bloom. So at the start of the turn, the cards diagonally in front and behind gain plus 5 HP. 8 attack, 20 HP. Stone Golem, very bulky force here. Protects the left placement from enemy attacks. 40 HP, I mean, it's a pretty good option. Got the Howling Wolf. At the start of turn, gain plus 3 attack. And we have the Stray Goblin with just a basic attack, 10 and 20. Now, where this game gets really deep and what really sets this game apart from other kind of deck builder types is the linking or fusion system that I referenced in the intro. So if you ever want to learn more about the card, just hold down left click on it, and it's going to open up a whole new world. So you see this little menu here, this link position menu. Well, what this means is if you can assemble 4 mimics in slots 2, 5, 3, and 6 on your little board here, then this treasure mimic will actually morph into something else. Probably like a super big mimic, and it's going to have different stats, it's going to have a different graphic on it, and it's going to probably have a different property as well. So this is super cool. This mimic right here just has 1 linking option, but if we take like the Howling Wolf, for example, look at all of these options. You have 4 different options. And notice the ones outlined in red, that means it's a fixed spot, meaning you have to place those creatures in that position. And as you can see, it's not all just the same wolf, right? Like there's a variety that comes into play. And then we also have the bottom 2 options here are outlined in green. That means it is not fixed, meaning as long as you assemble that assembly somewhere on your board, you will get the link, okay? And I mean, there's just so many different fusions available in this game. It actually is kind of crazy if we just look at the most basic of options right now, right? So that is pretty insane, pretty crazy, super compelling, and a super awesome part about this game. Now, starting things off here, we have 2 mana, so let's go ahead and spend it. I guess I don't hate the idea of bringing on the treasure mimic. We do get free cards. We can always farm the cards for mana or just add them to our board if we like. So I say we go with the treasure mimic. Let's do it. So double left click will draft the card into your hand, and you can see we spent our mana. Now we have to assemble them on our board. So Healing Crystal Bloom. Start of turn is going to heal cards that are diagonal from it. So I think it's a really good candidate for spot 5. So store it in spot 5, and if you ever want to understand the tiles affected, because the language isn't necessarily too straightforward, just hover over it, and you can see it's outlined in pink there, the slots that are going to get this effect, okay? So I think we go Treasure Mimic top left. Let's go top right, Stray Goblin top left, Mono Slime down here. So each of our cards can, get benefit from the healing properties of the Crystal Bloom. And after we're set up and we're feeling good to go, we will press the battle button here, but real quick on the cards that are or have been played more like, you actually can't take them out and put them back into your hand, but you can still feed them to the Mimic if you like. So to feed them to the Mimic, you just drag them here and then click the Mimic. He will consume them and give you mana. But I think we're ready to go. Let's see what the first round looks like. And our goal is to complete 10 rounds, okay? That's all you have to do. We have 3 lives to do it. Let's go. Okay, so our opposition comes to the field, throws down a random assembly. Looks like they have some venomous snakes, which will poison. And you'll notice poison stacks in the top right corner of the card afflicted, right there. Okay, got a Calamity Wing Eagle as well. And it looks like they're just putting the hurt to us, man. Okay, well, that's not a good start. Split Slime does his thing, but it's not going to be enough. So a real unfortunate opening round, if I don't say so myself. My goodness. So we do lose a heart. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We do lose a heart, but we're going to have to make some wholesale changes here rather quickly, I would say. So let's see. What do we have available to us? To add to our hand, we have Little Carbuncle. At the start of battle, adjacent cards gain plus 30 HP. I mean, that's pretty decent. Explosive Lizard. When sent to the graveyard, deal 20 damage to all cards. Interesting. Got the very bulky Stone Golem. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst. And we have 3 mana to play around with. You can see our max mana went up by 1. So let's see. Little Carbuncle. What does he like fuse with? So if you get 3 of them in a corner spot, it's going to change into something. And then there's a bunch of other exotic creatures that I'm not even sure I can identify at this particular point. I mean, 15 attack, 25 HP. It's pretty good. I like it more than the Explosive Lizard. Stone Golem just doesn't really hit hard enough. So let's bring up board Little Carbuncle. And let's see. So adjacent creatures. So if we put him right here, he's going to give an HP buff to these 3 units, right? So let's go with something like that and see if we have some better luck. Let's go. And you can always increase the speed just a little bit. I think playing on 2 speed is quite fine. So he's got a Carbuncle himself, which busts up that Golem. Up to 90 HP, my goodness. Let's go, guys. Come on. Let's start a win streak here. We got to start a win streak. Stray Goblin hanging in there with 45 HP. Little Carbuncle and Stone Golem remain. We still have all of our units, which bodes well for us, for sure. All right, very nice. Very, very nice. Battle ends and we get a card. Of course, because our Treasure Mimic survived. So that's good. That is 1 of 9 win. Well, 1 of 10 wins. We've got 9 more to go, essentially. So what do we have here? We have the Guardian Spirit and this Enchanter. So what does this guy mix with? So it looks like if you stack up 3 Enchanters left to right from one another, it's good. Otherwise, 2 Golems. So that's an option as well. Or 2 of these Wing Eagles. Interesting. We do have 2 Enchanters. Do we add a couple of these guys? At the start of the turn, plus 5 attack of the cards 2 placement ahead, front and front diagonal. You see what I mean? Like the language isn't too straightforward to really help you ID exactly what that means. But I think I like the idea of maybe adding a few Enchanters. And we can always throw it on the field and then just kind of monitor. So front left, let's see. At the start of the turn, plus 5 attack of the cards 2 placement ahead, front and front diagonal. So maybe like this and this. Or it's got to be, does it have to be all the way up here? Like this, maybe? I guess we'll have to play around with it. We'll have to monitor it and see. But most importantly, we got 2 Enchanters. All we need is 1 more and we can make our first fusion, which is pretty exciting stuff. We can throw out this Healing Crystal Bloom as well. I mean, we might as well. And then another thing about this is if you stack up 2 of the same units next to one another, see how it's Healing Crystal Bloom 2 now? It's got the same effect, but their stats do increase a little bit. Same with the enchanter, right? So that's another cool aspect of this game. Really have to kind of think about how you're assembling your assembly of 9. So let's go. We're a little more powered up now. We got some better healing. Little Carbuncle doing some good stuff for us. And let's see what we can do. So he's got the Salamander, which will attack one entire column. Wow. Frostwolf. I believe Frostwolf debuffs your attack. But it looks like we're doing pretty good. Like we're hanging in there. Explosive Lizard has a pretty devastating effect, especially early on. But we claim the victory. Alright, very nice. Let's keep going. Let's see if I can get another enchanter. We have a Howling Wolf, Little Carbuncle again. So 3 of these in the corner. I think I should probably add the Little Carbuncle. How about these guys? So if you can get 4 of them assembled, either in the middle slots or in the corners, you can get something. It's not going to work with Little Carbuncle. So we're going to have to choose what we want. Even though it's not a fixed position, it still has to be that L-shaped, right? In a corner. I think Little Carbuncle is compelling, and I do really like the plus 30 buff. I mean, it's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and add a Little Carbuncle. What's Swaying do? Start a turn to grant +1 stacks of poison to all enemies. The effect amount increases by +1 each time it activates. And I guess I didn't see the effect of our enchanter either. Could always add another Healing Crystal Bloom. Throw it right here for Healing Crystal Bloom 3. That's certainly an option. We could look at maybe adding the Howling Wolf. Whoops, didn't mean to double click it. Meant to just simply hover over it. The Howling Wolf seems like it's a little far off, but at the start of the turn, +5 or +3 attack. I mean, it could certainly be worse. I could also re-roll and see what happens. You can also hold cards with the right click, okay? We also have the Gravekeeper Skeleton. So when sent to the graveyard, this card is removed and the top card of the graveyard is placed in this card's placement. I think it's a really good option. So let's go ahead and, a little blunder here, but let's feed the Howling Wolf. And let's go ahead and let's feed this, probably this Mono Slime. Let's feed the Treasure Mimic. And let's add the Graveyard Skeleton. Now, little Carbuncle here. So I think it's imperative that Little Carbuncle boosts up our enchanters. He's doing so right there. So let's do something like this. Now, I do realize we do lose some of the healing support of the Healing Crystal Bloom, but it's just +5 at the start of the turn. This is +30 at the start of the battle, right? And let's throw the Graveyard Keeper Skeleton right there. And let's learn a little bit more about his fusions. Okay, so it looks like 2 fixed fusions. But if we can get a little circle around the middle, that's 1. And then it looks like we need 3 different species types for the leftmost link. But I wonder what that creates. Looks like there's a Skeleton King of some sort. Super cool. Let's get on into battle. We got Little Carbuncles buffing each other up. We've got the Healing Crystal Bloom buffing each other up, and the Enchanter as well. And then I kind of view these other cards as maybe filler to be replaced. Let's go. Right, so Stray Goblin. Okay, so they actually have a fusion. Look at this. So this must be like 3 golems. Wall Golem. This card does not attack, but it counterattacks. Very, very durable as well. Doesn't hit very hard, but it's returning attacks, and it looks like it's pulling in all of my attacks as well. Yeah, protects the... Okay, so it's protecting all of these slots is what it's doing. Forcing me to attack it. Interesting, but it does fall. At least one piece of it does. And notice with fusions, right? Even if one piece should fall, the other pieces still remain. And sometimes the pieces have different effects as well. Looks like the Wall Golem here has all the same effect, but my guess is you stack up 3 Golem cards on a side. And that's how you make that. We can certainly study a Golem card if we come across one to see if maybe that is the combination. And then any link that you end up finding, it goes into a library for you to basically make note of for later, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so Stone Golem here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so right there in the middle, that's the fusion that we just saw. That makes the Wall Golem, okay? However, we do have an Enchanter and a Little Carbuncle, so we can actually do some fun things in this turn, I do believe. So let's see. We need 3 enchanters across. Either that or 2 golems and 1 enchanter. I mean, that's an option too. I think we're going to sell the mono slime for sure. We're going to sell the stray goblin for sure. And we know what we're doing with our little carbuncle, right? So we're going to add them. And we're going to throw them right here. And what do we get? We get a nestling carbuncle. Okay, so that is a new link. I have not found this one yet. At the start of battle, adjacent cards gain plus 60. Okay, so they're going to buff each other up to plus 60. Wow. Okay. We'll certainly take it. And then we have to make a choice. Do we want to go with... I guess we have 2 enchanters. I think you got to go with the 3rd enchanter and at least see what it makes. So now we're stacking. So at the start of turn, cards in placement 2 gain plus 10. So placement 2 is this right here. Okay. But it's going to do it 3 times, right? Which is pretty interesting. Could also maybe add a couple of golems and swap it in if we like. That's an option too. Could get rid of these healing crystal blooms altogether and just go with 2 stone golems. Let's do it, because maybe it's a better fusion. So let's feed the mimic. Get a couple of units of mana back. Let's get these golems out there. They do buff each other up, which is nice. And then, let's see. So what is the fusion like? Okay, so enchanter in the middle. Well, let's just see what it makes. Alright, so this is the arcane golem. Okay, cool. Start of battle, all allies gain plus 5 attack. Start of battle, all allies gain plus 5 attack. And same. Okay. Well, let's see what that does for us. Let's see what that does for us. We can always move off of the arcane golem. Pretty good durability on him. Let's go. He's gonna buff up attack, including his own. So we got some Blizzard Howl Wolves. 50 HP at the start of battle, minus 10 attack. Yikes. Demorion, what is that? Cards to the left and right gain plus 10. Okay, so buffing attack and debuffing attack. We do have the numbers. And yeah, make quick work of them. Arcane Golem getting strong, thanks to our carbuncles that are nestling. Quite nice. Alright, so that is 4 wins so far. Got 6 more to go. Alright, so the Skeleton Warrior, that is the missing skeleton link. But of course we need 2 of them. We need 2 of these guys. And then we need the Skeleton King guy. Calamity Wing Eagle. This is another combination with the Enchanter. But ideally I get... See, with the carbuncle here, right? Ideally we get a combination that just takes 2. Or 3 in this way, right? So I think we can pretty safely re-roll this. Either that or add a Skeleton Warrior. I think it's probably too ambitious to try to go for the leftmost link, but maybe we can go for the rightmost link. We would have to completely kind of tear up what we're doing here so far, but let's re-roll. Let's see. So Painless Demon, 120 HP, 30 attack. When attacked by an enemy, increase the attack damage by the damage dealt to the Painless Demon. That's pretty incredible. Trick Ghost. The start of battle, swap attack and health of the card in front. Okay, interesting. So if you had like a really bulky unit, like the Painless Demon for instance, although he doesn't strike me as the type that will have any trouble boosting his attack. And then look at that. He does have a link. And it's just 2 of them. He's also got a triple link, but just 2 of them. I think we add the Painless Demon without question. Let's re-roll, see if we can get another one, maybe. Frozen Reaper, what does this guy do? This card's attack has a 70% chance to deal damage that reduces the enemy's HP to 1. If it fails, it deals no damage. Interesting. Well, I think we can lock him up. I think it's compelling. Blessing of the Unicorn, okay. At the start of turn, plus 30 HP to surrounding cards. Okay, and then what do you mix with? So 2 unicorns on the left and rightmost positions. Could also move that to the top. Or the bottom. And then a bunch of those little guardian spirit things. And then a unicorn in the middle. what appears to be a dragon and then the familiar healing flowers and the carbuncle as well. I mean, I think you probably add the unicorn. Gravekeeper skeleton, it just might not be in the cards for the Gravekeeper skeleton. So let's get Blessing of the Unicorn out there. In fact, let's throw it in the middle. If it's adjacent cards, right? I mean, that's everything. Surrounding cards, right? Plus 30 across the board, which is pretty nice. And then I think we probably have to make a tough choice with our Enchanter here as well. Might have to get rid of him. I mean, I do like that he buffs attack. That's kind of what we're lacking, but we also have the Painless Demon. So Frozen Reaper, we can take you off hold. And let's roll and, I mean, maybe just maybe, we're able to assemble whatever the leftmost link is. Maybe. We'd have to move off of the Carbuncle or the Golem. Well, both of them actually. But that's the fun part of this game, right? It's kind of a puzzle in a lot of ways. But you get rewarded big time. And let's face it, like the units are cool. So Healing Crystal Bloom. We have that. Maybe that's our endgame target. Maybe. We got the 2 carbuncles already. So we just need that dragon thing and then one more Healing Crystal Bloom. I think we keep it locked up. Underworld Contractor for 200. When attacking, send this card and the target to the graveyard. I mean, good HP on that thing, but the effect is kind of goofy. Alright, let's see how we fare. We got 2 new additions, the Blessing of the Unicorn and the Painless Demon. And look at all of that HP being gathered up. You love to see it. 280 HP for the Unicorn, 55, so hitting good. Nice and durable. Nesting Carbuncle, just doing great stuff for us. And that's at the start of the turn. Okay, so the Blessing of the Unicorn buffs you up every single turn. It's a thing of beauty. So I think maybe we can work with the Unicorn here. The Painless Demon is going to get stronger as he takes damage, and then the Unicorn will just be there to heal him up. Quite nice. In fact, I think I've got a better spot for the Demon. So I think this is a better spot for the Demon. So he can get the buff from the Carbuncle as well, right? So he's going to get plus 60 starting off, and then another plus 30. I think it's good. I like it. Frostwolf. Start of turn, -5 attack to a random enemy. And fusions. So a block in a corner or a line. Otherwise, that Frost Reaper as well. Interesting. Stone Golem. I mean, I'm not set on the Arcane Golem. I think it's just fine. Buffing attack broadly is nice. But the stat, like the 5 attack is underwhelming. So let's see if we can maybe assemble. Let's grab this Healing Crystal Bloom. Let's re-roll. Guardian Spirit. Okay, so this merges with the Unicorn. It also merges with Carbuncle. Interesting. Fragment of Something. This card does not attack. Protects the 2 placement behind it from enemy attacks. So if I put it here, it would guard these 2 positions. I mean, it's kind of interesting. 100 HP. I think we can do it in place of our Enchanter. So let's see. Okay, so it's actually protecting the Painless Demon, which I think is actually okay. We want the Demon to survive and just snowball attack and be kind of our win condition card, I suppose. So let's roll again. Swaying Guardian Spirit, Fragment of Something. What does this merge with? Okay, so at the top, firm placement. Okay. Let's roll again. Mono Slime, Howling Wolf, Calamity Wind Eagle. I mean, we could definitely assemble some other fusions, but the ship has kind of sailed on some of them. Paladin Golem. Okay, so that appears to be kind of an Enchanter right there. I think maybe we hold him up. If we can get 3 in a line, or the Dark Enchanter, and then 2 of them on the top, maybe. Maybe it's a better Golem. We'll certainly see. Let's go. Let's see if we got what it takes. Here on, I believe this is battle number 6. Okay, so they have some carbuncles, some swings that are going to poison the fragment of something, which will, of course, protect. And then Salamander attacks one whole column. Wow, okay. There are no cards in the placements to the left and right. Double your attack. Wow. Looks like we're hanging in there pretty good with our healing support, though. Like, just doing great things with the Unicorn's Blessing. Then the carbuncles, right? Like, they're gaining attack. Well, maybe not gaining attack, but certainly keeping themselves healthy and hitting for 45. Like, that's a respectable sum. Looking at some of the HP values of the enemy. Alright, very nice. So that's win number 6. So let's keep going. Another Blessing of the Unicorn. How about this? We do need 2 of them. Man, I wonder what this makes. I mean, I think you add it because it does exactly what you want it to do. And plus, it would be Blessing of the Unicorn 2 if we don't like the fusion. A fragment of something. I think that was a fun experiment while it lasted. We also have another Paladin Golem. Or hold on, no, we have the Paladin Golem I reserved. We have the Healing Crystal Bloom as well. So we just need that dragon thing. We'll take it. We'll take it. Alright, so if we get you out there, right, so 60 and 240. But if we do this, we get the Royal Unicorn. How about this? At the start of turn, plus 80 health to surrounding cards. But then we lose our carbuncle. It's plus 45. This ups its attack. I think we're probably better off with this. The Royal Unicorn doesn't have the HP as well. Yeah, the Blessing of the Unicorn stacked up twice is better than the Royal Unicorn. Although, what was that? Plus 80 health? So that's pretty crazy, man. So if you got a really strong card in the middle, maybe that's something worth messing around with. But it's cool that you can kind of try out different fusions, right? With the same cards. Like, you're not stuck with the fusion that you're making. I still think we can probably find a better solution for the top row. Something that does more damage. Maybe the Paladin Golem and adding him is part of the solution. We've got another Painless Demon. So this does emerge. Which is super compelling to me. I think we gotta add it. We have to. We've got another Paladin Golem that we can hold on to. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? We have this Arcane Golem here. All allies gain plus 5 attack, so plus 15 attack broadly for the Arcane Golem. I mean, it's been working. You can make the argument that if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? But I'm kind of compelled by this Painless Demon. It's just then we would have nothing to boost our attack. Except for the Painless Demon would boost its own attack, of course. But I'm thinking if I can get Painless Demons right here. And just move off of this. It'll give us a little more flexibility maybe to try something else out. I would have to sell one card. Probably a Stone Golem, I would think. This game makes you make tough choices for sure. I think what we do is we fight like this. We added another unicorn. Let's see how effective it is. Can always make changes next round. But the plus 15 attack broadly is good. If you think, you know, each of our creatures getting plus 15 attack, I mean, it adds a lot of damage output. Alright, so the Hex Serpent looks like it poisoned. Attacks all enemies when attacks. Grants 1 stack of poison to all enemies. Wow. Okay. Soul Eater with 130 attack. Wow. Must have been a glass cannon of some sort. Can the unicorns keep us nice and propped up? It kind of looks like it. I mean, they have a Painless Demon as well, but our unicorns are just keeping us nice and healthy, man. You pair that with the Carbuncle and, Man, it's a good combination. It's a good combination. Alright, so back to formulation. Another Paladin Golem. We'll take it. So we have this fusion to try out as well. Well, not quite. We need that, what appears to be a Dark Enchanter. So let's roll. Let's roll Rite of Divine Descent. Start of turn. If it is in a corner placement, gain plus 10 attack. Regular Enchanter. Paladin Golem again. I mean, I could get a third Paladin Golem, but you have to stack them up like so. The best spot for the Unicorn is going to objectively be in the middle. Well, I guess if you put them right here, it's going to cover 5. I mean, maybe we can do something like that. But then again, the Arcane Golem has been doing good stuff for us, man. Painless Demon, another one. A Soul Eater, what's this? The start of turn, attack times the number of cards in your graveyard. It has 20 base attack. So that thing can snowball pretty insanely as well. Okay. Well, let's hold on to the Soul Eater. Painless Demon, we've already got 2 of them. Do we need 3? Is there any reason to have 3? No. Okay. Well, let's go. 2 battle. I think if it's not broken, don't fix it. We still have 2 lives left. And the Plunder King. Okay, yeah, Dark Enchanter right there. Soul Eater. Soul Fox. This guy looks like he has some advanced units. Let's see how we do. I mean, 130 for the Painless Demon. Soul Fox with 185 HP. This is where we're going to really be missing that DPS. We're definitely taking hits, guys. Come on. Hang in there. 300 damage on this guy. Somebody hit him. All right. Oh, man. He survived. Arcane Golem simply just not strong enough. Okay, the Unicorn goes down. This isn't good, but at least they're super strong. Soul Eater have 540 attack, though. Come on, guys. All right, nice job, Painless Demon. Painless Demon hitting for 285 now. Plunder King in there, hitting for 110. Gets taken out by the Unicorn, which is good. Their Painless Demon falls. Dark Enchanter remains, along with the Soul Fox. A lot of HP, but the Painless Demon just takes him out. Beautiful. All right, definitely our toughest battle yet, if you discount the first one, right? And that is our 8th win. Okay, so definitely tough. Now, what did we need? We needed more DPS. How about this? We got the Dark Enchanter. At the start of the battle, surrounding cards gain the effect. Attack increase plus 100%. Thunder Slash, what's this? Triple attack. Wow, attacks 3 times. And then another Soul Eater. Well, the Soul Eater we saved, more like. A Dark Enchanter, yes. Soul Eater, yes, because I'm compelled by it. Thunder Slash. I mean, it's interesting. Let's hold on to it for now, and let's just see if we can maybe work with something here. I suppose I could buy it into my hand. I mean, if I end up getting that dragon thing, you could make the case that that is what we do. I'll buy Thunder Slash. Sure. Can we get that dragon thing? Little Carbuncle. The Sealed Knights. Okay, so this card's outlined in, like, yellow. Is this a legendary card? At the start of the turn, or excuse me, at the start of turn 3, attack times 5. Okay. So, that's pretty insane. And health times 5. Of this card and its left and right. Wow. I mean, our ability to keep cards alive is where we really shine. I mean, times 5 health. If he doesn't take a hit, that's an insane amount of HP. Also does it to the left and right most cards. Wow. Imagine a times 5 attack Thunder Slash with triple attack. Like, that seems crazy. I think it's time to move off of the Arcane Golem. But the question is, for what? I don't want to say it let us down last turn, but the hand is full. Okay, so we have to offload something. What does Thunder Slash meld with? Okay, looks like the fire cards and then... Interesting, okay. Soul Eater, I think we're really good at keeping our cards alive. But then again, if you think about it, the Soul Eater persists, can just get a bunch of attack buffs. We have 3 Paladin Golems. Let's check out what the Paladin Golem Dark Enchanter combination does. It'll help me determine if we want this. So we have Dark Knight's Golem, Dark Knight's left and right sword. Okay, so what does this do? At the start of battle, left and right gain the effects. Increase value plus 50%. So attack. And it's got double attack. Wow, okay. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Nestling Carbuncle. I mean, do we like the Nestling Carbuncle? It's really making me... It's really making me think here. I mean, this is plus 80 broadly. Times 2 if you're in the middle. Or here. Or here. Which is the Golem, of course. This will give us the flexibility to do what exactly? I mean, we do have another Painless Demon that will merge, right? Do we move off of the Carbuncle? Or at least the Carbuncle Trio, that is. So plus 60. Adjacent, this is... Yeah, adjacent still. I think we need the unicorns in the middle row. That's non-negotiable. We could also simply just keep the unicorns right where they're at. Not do the royals. Except for, that's at the start of the turn. Plus 80 to surrounding cards. It's pretty crazy, man. So then Carbuncle becomes expendable because I'd want to get the Painless Demon right here. And then maybe like the Soul Eater in the middle. So Painless Demon right here. Soul Eater right there. I mean, if we can keep the Dark Knight Golem propped up, he's going to do great things for us. He's going to get increased attack value and just get super, super strong if we can just keep buffing up the HP. So plus 80, right? That's where I really want the Royal Unicorn. It's plus 80. So let's see. What does a Painless Demon make? This makes the Demon King Satan's right arm and left arm. After attacking, it becomes ×2. Okay, so it doubles its attack after attacking. When damaged, it becomes ×2. Okay. So this is kind of another beast, man. I kind of like it with the unicorns in the middle. I'm not going to lie. And we do have these carbuncles. They are adding HP at the very least. I think they're probably a better option than like a Soul Eater. Although they might not last too long. But it's at the start of the battle. It's a one-time buff. I think we can move off of this. Do I maybe look at the Sealed Knight? I think we should certainly add him. I think what we do is put the Sealed Knight in the middle. Try to buff up his HP so he survives. It gets to turn 3. That's going to be the plan. And then for you, plus 30 HP. We'll try around with it. And we'll see what happens. You watch. Now I'm going to get that dragon thing. Let's go with it. Well, let's go, guys. Come on. Master of the Dead. Okay, so he's got the Skeleton King. Summon up to 3 skeleton soldiers in empty placement. Okay, so taking big hits. Alright, the Sealed Knight. 410 HP. Or, excuse me, attack. Wow. We're actually dishing out the damage big time. The Sealed Knight hanging in there with 410 and 190. What a creature. Royal Unicorns do hang in there. Little Carbuncle actually gets all buffed up. How'd you get your attack so buffed up, dude? So that was our 9th win. So we have 2 tries left for the final frame. Okay, well, I mean, we kind of stumbled into this deck, but I think if the Sealed Knight stays alive, we're just fine. Like, we're good. Okay, cool. Well, let's roll. Got another Painless Demon here. Got a Soul Fox. What does this do? When attacking, increase health by the damage dealt. We'll add it. Treasure Mimic, Shadow Messenger, Moonlit Silverwolf. What does this do? At the start of turn, if there are 3 or more linked cards on the field, plus 10 attack of this card and surrounding cards. At the end of the turn, the effect gets plus 5 in the amount. So if there are 3 or more linked cards on the field, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we add the Moonlit Silverwolf. Absolutely. Now we have to choose. When attacking, increase health by the damage dealt. So 35. Otherwise, this guy is going to buff up the attack of everybody steadily. Let's go with you. And let's see. We got a couple of cracks at this. Let's go. Battle 10. Let's make it happen. Okay, so Blessing of the Unicorn and a bunch of Thunder Slashes. Oh my goodness, man. Okay, so this is going to be really crazy because they attack 3 times each. And they're certainly going to have the HP. We need the Sealed Knight to proc off. Unicorns are hanging in there. They're doing a good job. Let's go, guys. Come on. Golem, hang in there. Just soak up that punishment. Got to get the turn end here, boys. All right, turn 2. Sealed Knight. Gains in power. All right, nice. Golem with their double attack. Doing great things for us. Let's go, boys. Come on. We got this. Sealed Knight with a nice hit. We got this Demon King at the bottom here looking really, really mighty. Sealed Knight here, 2554 HP. How about that? He is unsealed. He is unchained, unfettered. And a resounding victory, battle end. Victory, good guys, you bet. Absolutely. Cheap 10 wins, congratulations. So, extra boss challenge. Let's definitely do it. Let's see. Let's stress test this deck. Let's see how strong it is. I mean, we kind of stumbled into it with some early unicorns and just kind of went with it and ended up working pretty good. Dark Knight Golem, I do like it quite a bit. But is it going to be able to hang up to the stresses? We have another Dark Enchanter here. The start of battle, surrounding cards gain the effect. Attack increases plus 100%. So anytime attack increases, it's plus 100%. So our only real available slot is right here. When damage, it becomes attack times 2. So it would be attack, what, times 4? It would be an interesting thing to play around with. Let's add it, but I don't know. We've got Master of the Dead. We'll add him just because it's a cool looking card for sure. Ancient Dragon's Blessing. What is this? At the start of battle, changes the enhancement range of adjacent cards to itself and surrounding cards. Effects on placement remains unchanged. So let me think about this. At the start of battle, changes the enhancement range of adjacent cards. So if I put them right here, adjacent would be these, okay? To itself and surrounding cards. So it would be... So all cards would get the... am I reading that correctly? If I'm reading this correctly, this is going to apply all of these buffs that we're getting to everybody. I guess we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. Moonlit Silverwolf. Rip. Alright, let's see. I'm going to monitor this. We're going to see if some crazy stuff happens. It's hard exactly to tell what's going to happen. Okay, so the healing has been applied. Holy cow, 750. Mortal Herald, Molten Titan. Wow, these guys have so much HP, dude. Come on, Sealed Knight, hang in there. We are already down 2 pieces, man. And we haven't even scratched the paint yet. Wow. My goodness, man. Well, it's definitely ramped up in difficulty quite a bit, I guess. You know, your deck is certainly tested. And they got their own unicorn that is just healing. So what is actually going on? It and all cards in the same column gain plus 40 HP at the start of the turn. Wow, that's OP. Like, insanely OP. Well, I guess the game said it was an EX boss, and yeah, wow. Got one of them down. That is it. Just a basic attacker that is so strong, and then, of course, if you buff up the health every single turn, and then you're swapping... Okay, so that's what was going on. Swapping the health that is getting buffed up. Yeah, 750. That's a pretty insane build. Well, back to the drawing board. We have one more heart that remains. I guess I didn't really understand the effect or see the effect of the Sealed Knight. The enhancement range, right? So if you think about the Royal Unicorn, I guess the one thing that it does, or that it did, is it spread the plus 80 times 2 to everybody versus this just doing these 6 and this just doing these 6. I think that's what it did. These guys aren't enhancing any cards, they're enhancing themselves. I was thinking it would take their enhancements and apply to all of my units as well. I don't think that's how it works. Got another one of these. Does this merge with anything? No link. Those must be like the super epic rare cards or something. Either way, you saw what we just kind of went through. And we're going to need something real mighty to defeat that. Plunder King, what do you do? Discard 2 random cards from your hand, then itself and adjacent cards gain plus 30. I mean, yeah. Let's go with it. I would assume it merges with some goblins. Yeah, so 3 of those basic goblins and then the Goblin King. Wonder what that makes. Otherwise, you have the Master of the Dead, the Moonlit Silver Wolf, the Soul Fox, and the Plunder King in the corners. Interesting. But this guy should at least make our units a little bit stronger. We'll see. It's the only thing I can really think of. And we've kind of just crossed a barrier, like, we're not really, can't really change up too much. Hound of the Nether Gates. Okay, so, what does this guy do? Double attack. I saw double attack. When damage plus 30 attack. Okay, and it's double attack. Yikes. We need the Sealed Knight. Come on, Sealed Knight. You gotta hang in there, buddy. You can do this. The Sealed Knight can do this. Oh, man. Both of the arms go down on the golem. Sealed Knight. We need turn 3. Nope, never mind. Well, that was pretty crazy, man. Got some crazy good cards. All of those, I would guess those are legendary cards, but he's got, you know, a board full of legendary cards. Wow. And then these guys are making them cause damage. Or making them take damage, which boosts their attack. Insane. But still, we took a run of 10 across the finish line after some start trouble, you could argue, right? Lost our very first battle, and then never looked back. Really stumbled into the power of the unicorns, right? And another cool thing about this game is the card list here. So if you ever want to study up on the cards as you're building different decks, right? I'm completely unfamiliar. I've never played with the alchemy deck. But let me know if you want to see another run. We can certainly play with the alchemy deck. But the beginnings deck, right? So anything that you find that's new is listed here. You can also check all of the fusions as well, right? And if you haven't found the fusion yet, it's going to be grayed out, but it will show you the combination. And then, of course, the fix, and then there's the unfixed, right? So movable, essentially. The red and green square outline. But yeah, it's cool. If you ever want to like study, or maybe you want to try to go for something in particular, you can certainly look at it here. And, you know, it looks like the beginnings deck has these certain cards. Phantom Beast, Calviel, that's the one we were looking for. that, of course, blends with the unicorn. We know this unicorn, but, you know, gives you a lot of reason to do another run, maybe try something else, maybe stumble on into a fusion that you're unaware of that's actually pretty powerful and fun to play with. Definitely had a great time with NOVEMS here today, and you know, I really do like the approach it takes with the super compelling fusion/linking system. I think it's really done well. I think it's really unique, and I think it really makes this game, you know, stand out from others for sure, right? I think it's a really thoughtful system to put in place, and I really do enjoy that there's so many different combinations for the same cards, and you have the flexibility to shuffle things around, right? You're not locked into your choice. You can shuffle things around on your existing board to maybe create another fusion that maybe serves your attack force just a little bit better. It's a really fun game. Definitely get it for yourself if you like roguelike, deck builder, Autobattler types. Frankly, I didn't have, what am I trying to say? I didn't have too high of expectations for this one, but as soon as I played it, I was like, wow, I really, really love what this game is working with. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. I've really enjoyed my time with it. I actually played a little bit of this on the live stream that I did on Sunday as well. So that would be the latest live stream here on the channel. So check that out as well. We put together another deck with the opening book and had a lot of fun as well. So thanks so much, my friends. I think I'm going to get on out of here, but let me know if you want to see an alchemy deck run. I'd be happy to do it. This game's a whole lot of fun. It's challenging, and it's really fun to stumble on into some cool links and fusions. But with that said, my friends, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks so much for viewing. Smash the like button and become a subscriber if you are new here. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.
Ship it back, girl. Ship it back,